It's Monday at GazWeatherVids.com, which can mean only one thing. It's Europe Day every Monday at GazWeatherVids. We have a look at weather for the coming week across the continent. Actually, I say every Monday we do this, but I didn't last Monday, and I've got to apologise for not appearing with the European Outlook last Monday. It was Bank Holiday Monday here in the United Kingdom, or in England, and I took the day off for Bank Holiday Monday, therefore I deserved a bit of a break. So I didn't do it last week, but it is back this week, and hopefully now it'll be back every Monday at GazWeatherVids as we run through to the end of the year. Now, before I get on with the European Outlook, just want to talk about the advertising. There's green keyword ads on all my pages at GazWeatherVids.com. If you rather you cursor over green keywords, they'll display ads. But if you click through the word, you'll go to the advertiser's website. You'll be supporting GazWeatherVids.com by doing that. And the website that we're using for this video is webcentral.de, and you can find the link to it on my links page. So the situation across the continent right now is that we've got quite an autumnal scene up in the north and the northeast of Europe at the moment, but high pressure is building in from the southwest, from the Azores. It has done on and off through most of the summer. And that high pressure is going to be bringing warm, dry, and mainly fine conditions to much of the continent through this week. So this is the situation today. There's the high pressure ridging in from Ireland and Britain in towards France and Germany, extending on eastwards, but the low pressure is up over Scandinavia and stretching into the Baltic states. It's an autumnal scene up there. If we have a look at the upper air temperatures, we can see that it's pretty cool up in the northeast, but it's warm through much of Central and Western Europe, and that warmth is extending eastwards with time. Convective potential shows that got virtually no convective potential anywhere over the continent today. So we've got heavy rain stretching through northern eastern parts of Germany and Denmark, through in towards Poland, and then going up in towards the Baltic states up in the northeast. It's showery over Scandinavia on a strong westerly wind. Elsewhere, though, it's mainly dry through much of the Mediterranean down in the southeast Europe, also through France, Spain, and Portugal. It's a dry scene, and mainly dry as well through Britain and Ireland. Just a little bit of patchy rain up in the far northwest of Scotland. Temperatures today show it's really very cool up in the east and the northeast of the continent today, really from Germany eastwards. Quite a cool scene, but it's hot through the Mediterranean. It's very warm through much of the west as well. As we go through to the middle of the week, we get this ridge building very strongly through central parts of the continent, with move back to autumnal low through in towards the west of Russia, around the Black Sea. High pressure is really dominating through the middle of the week. Low pressure is trying to come into Scotland and Northern Ireland, but it's struggling as it comes up against this area of high pressure through central parts of the continent. Also notice there's a bit of a thundery low developing around the southern parts of France. Temperatures through the middle of the week. It's a hot scene across much of Spain, Portugal and France, into southern parts of Germany as well. Really hot temperatures there. Very warm through many central, western, northwestern parts of the continent as well. That cool air associated with that autumnal trough is moving up towards the west of Russia and the Black Sea, so it's warming up through Scandinavia and into the northeast of Europe. And it's a hot scene through most of the Mediterranean. Convective potential through the middle of the week shows that we've not got much going on, really. Maybe a few thunderstorms around the north of Germany, but not much happening, to be honest. And it's mainly a dry scene, it has to be said, through the middle of the week across virtually the whole of the continent. Very unusual to see that. Virtually the whole of the continent dry. That autumnal low has taken the rain off to the south and west of Russia and going down to the Black Sea. And we've also got some rain coming into Ireland and western parts of Scotland, but much of the continent is dry through the middle of the week. Very warm, if not hot, through most parts of the continent. Down in southern France into Spain, we're seeing the temperatures back into the 30s degrees, so back up into the 90s Fahrenheit, despite the fact it's in September now. Very hot through much of France, Spain and Portugal. That warmth extending into England and on in towards Germany and the Low Countries as well. It is cooler in the east, but it's warming up all the time, even over there. Now, as we go through to the end of the week, we're going to be dropping weather front down across the British Isles, introducing somewhat cooler, fresher air, but the high pressure is bridging back in again behind that system. But generally, pressure is weaker there through much of Germany, the Low Countries, France, Spain and Portugal. We've got relatively weak pressure, so some thunderstorms could well be breaking out at the end of the week. The ridge is extending through up towards Scandinavia and the northeast of Europe. Temperatures through the middle of the week, well, the heat goes on through much of Spain, Portugal, France, Low Countries and Germany. Very warm air getting up to Scandinavia as well, and extending on into the east. So it's pretty cool actually, much of western Russia, and it's cooling down over the British Isles. We're dropping cooler air southwards at the end of the week through Scotland and Ireland in particular, possibly getting down into England and Wales as well. We do have some convective potential at the end of the week, particularly focused on the Low Countries, France, maybe southern and southwestern parts of Germany, and going through into northern parts of Spain. A lot of convective potential going on through the Mediterranean, particularly central parts of the Mediterranean, at the end of the week. Do we realise that convective potential? Well, no, we don't. It's still too early in the season to really set off much in way of thunderstorms there through the central bowl of the Mediterranean. But it won't be long now before we start getting some instability even down into the central parts of the Med. Heavy thunderstorms breaking out through much of northern Spain. Could come down in some central parts of Spain, actually, at the end of the week, but I think particularly focused around the Bay of Biscay and the Pyrenees, also the north of Portugal as well. Could get a few thunderstorms there. Chances of thunderstorms through France in towards the Low Countries, and maybe kicking some off over the Alps and through the mountainous regions of Italy as well. This up over Scandinavia is general sort of outbreaks of rain associated with an area of low pressure. So it is cooler for Britain and Ireland at the end of the week. Temperatures are back down towards the teens for many, away from the south coast where we're still into the low 20s. But the heat goes on through Spain, up in towards France, through in towards the Low Countries and Germany. Temperatures still around the 32, 33 Celsius mark in many places. That's 90 to 92 Fahrenheit. And that heat does extend in some eastern parts of Europe. Although notice up in towards the west of Russia, it is quite a bit cooler. And for Scandinavia, you can't see it. It's a very warm sea there, still very warm. Through the Mediterranean, just have a very quick sneak peek at next weekend, and well, it's the same idea really. High pressure is extending in off the Atlantic, keeping many central and western parts of Europe mainly dry. We've got this low pressure developing around Spain and Portugal. That could be bringing some heavy rain and thunderstorms. It's still very warm for much of the continent. That's the main story of the week, despite the fact that it's starting off autumnal in the northeast today from Germany eastwards. It's a very warm scene generally over the coming week for much of Europe, and that warmth extends into next weekend, and particularly again focused for these central parts of the continent. The convective potential is shown that it's particularly through northern parts of Spain, down into Portugal and through in towards France. I don't think again that we're really realising this convective potential around the Balearic Islands and through the central basin of the Mediterranean. So the thunderstorms for next weekend showing that they're particularly focused around Portugal. Could be a very wet thundery scene there, and the north of Spain, going in towards the Pyrenees, on in towards the south of France. Could be some really torrential storms. Notice we are getting one or two storms beginning to develop around the North African coast. That's just the first signs that we could start to kick off some storms through this central basin of the Mediterranean. It won't be long now before things start to wobble in the Med. But really much of the Med is actually dry away from Spain, and many northern, central, western parts of Europe dry as well into next weekend. Temperatures for next weekend show that it's still very warm, if not hot, through much of France, Germany, into Poland in particular. Still very warm through the Mediterranean. A little bit cooler down across Spain and Portugal. That's just got those thunderstorms kicking off, and up across Britain and Ireland, and generally the northwest of Europe into Scandinavia. I think we are seeing those temperatures about where they should be, pretty much near normal, but still on the warm side. So that's it. It's going to be another very warm week across many parts of the continent. We may be into September now, but the summer temperatures are going to go on. Very warm, if not hot, particularly through Spain, Portugal, France, into the Low Countries and Germany, and mainly dry as well in many parts of the continent, although with time it is going to turn more and more thundery, I think, down to the southwest. That's it for now. Hope you enjoyed the European outlook. Whatever you're doing this week, have a good week, and that's it for now. Bye for now.